Today, in the chapter Rise of Nationalism in Europe, I am going to discuss the topic the making of nationalism in Europe. In this topic, first of all, we will understand that who was the dominant class in that period. That is, we are going to understand aristocracy and the new middle class. The question is, socially and politically, which was the dominant class on the continent, or how was the aristocracy organized in Europe in 19th century? This we are going to discuss today. Aristocracy or upper class at that time was united by a common way of life. Their lifestyle was common. And this common lifestyle cut across the regional prejudice. What is regional prejudice? Means they did not care that to which region do you belong. Even today, the upper class lifestyle is like this only. They are above region, they are above religion, they are above caste, they are above creed, they are above language. The main aim of this upper class is what? Do you know? The main aim is that they should be economically strong. And how they will be economically strong? When they will have a common way of life. Means their main aim will be that they will dominate the society. Economically, politically, culturally, socially, they want to dominate. And this dominance is being augmented by marriage alliances. That's why their families were often connected by ties of marriage. They will have marriage alliances. That if one dominant class is there in one region, in another dominant class in another region, then what they will do? They will get married. In this way, what happens? That they become politically as well as socially as well as economically strong. This is the way of life of aristocracy. Means they are above region, above religion, above caste, above creed. This is their lifestyle. They don't talk of caste system. They don't talk of any religion. They unite. For what? To become strong. In which fields? Political, social, economic, cultural, etc. Own estates in countryside and town houses. Even today we'll see that those people who are dominant class, they will have lands in the villages. And they will also have big houses, big buildings in the towns. The same is lifestyle of today you can see in the 19th century Europe. That they owned large estates, means large lands, where? In the villages, and as well as they had many houses, many buildings in the town. And what they did, naturally, since they don't talk of any religion, any language and all, naturally they will have a common language. And that common language at that time was French. means they spoke French. So common way of life, marriage alliances, spoke French, owned large lands in the villages as well as big houses in the town. These are the features of aristocracy or aristocratic class in Europe in the 19th century. Naturally, who will be the weak class now? You will ask me the question. As usual, in every era, the weak class is, even today also you see, and even yesterday you can see that, you will know that in history that always the weakest class is the peasantry. That is, socially and politically, which was the weak class? That was the peasants. Always the peasants are the weak class. Even today it is there. They worked as tenants, means they worked in the lands of another person. They also own land, but very small, what you can say, amount of land they have. And they acted as serf, which I had told you in the previous video also, that they were tied to the land. So the weakest class, peasantry. The socially and economically strong class, peasantry. Now in between the two classes, a new class emerged. And this new middle class, which emerged, was known as the middle class. Now the question arises that at one pole was the upper class, at another pole it was the peasantry class. Then how did a new class emerge? What are the reasons behind of emerging such class? Those are the reasons are industrial production and trade. Means you can say in simple words, industrialization and development of trade. And once the industrialization came up, once the trade developed, now the towns were established. And there was emergence of a class called commercial class. This class depended on the production for market. Means they used to produce goods for market. So what are the reasons behind? Industrialization, urbanization, then you can say development of trade. These are the reasons behind the emergence of middle class. Now, who are the people of middle class? These are the working class population, means workers. Naturally, once you establish the industry, you need the workers to work. They will only produce the goods. Naturally, the working class came up, along with industrialists, along with businessmen and professionals. And how those professionals came up? Through education. So it was among the educated liberal middle class that idea of national unity developed, because these educated people, they became the forerunner of revolutions. They taught the people the conditions. They accelerated the revolution, and they are responsible for bringing change in the European country. So the emergence of the middle class played a very important role in Europe. In the next video, I will talk of another topic. Thank you.